Mishpaka. I woke up and I had a dream, and I gotta share. I'm sorry. So before we talk about salvation and forgiveness, prophecy, or even covenant, we need to sit with something that most people will just look over, right? And I'm here to tell y'all, man, what they did to our big brother Yahusha, that was not a stained glass story. You understand? That was state-sponsored torture, legalized humiliation. That was a public warning to anyone who dared to walk in truth. They did our brother dirty, y'all. And that same system that did it to him, did it to our ancestors. In my dream, it was like in sections, like titles, like the arrest, right? They didn't even arrest him like a holy man, like we know him to be. He was treated like a threat to government stability, y'all. Like he had guns or something. Like they had a squad of trained soldiers, not temple guards, trained soldiers showed up to seize him. In John chapter 18, verse 3, it says, they came with lanterns, torches, and weapons. Y'all did that like y'all were hunting Bigfoot or something. Why? Because Rome didn't fear miracles? Why? See, the problem was they feared a man with authority that didn't come from seizure. Always lifting the man up before the Messiah. To this day. Period. Then you go to the beating portion. Like, before the execution ever even happened, Yahusha, they beat our brother twice. First by the priest, out of all people. The priest got him first. Then by Rome. The priest? The Torah keepers, wow. And like Rome had a legal punishment called the flagrum. That wasn't a whip, y'all. Like that thing had a leather handle with multiple strips tied with bones and iron and hooks. That thing was designed to rip the skin off the body. Y'all seen the movie Passion of Christ? It wasn't meant to bruise. It was meant to destroy. And most men die from that alone before they even made it to the timber. Real talk. Read Isaiah 52 and 14. It said it long before it happened. His appearance was so disfigured beyond any man, and his form beyond the sons of men. What? That's wicked. I'm going to break it down to you. This is what that verse meant. If you walked past him after the beating, you wouldn't even have recognized him being a human, y'all. They beat that man like a wild pig. Our brother, man. God. They didn't just beat him, y'all. They stripped him naked. They mocked him. They spat on him. They shoved a crown of thorns into his skull. I need y'all to understand that it wasn't roses, y'all. It wasn't symbolism. It was 3-inch thorns that pierced flesh and bled into his eyes. Can you imagine that pain? He wasn't killed quietly. He was made into a public joke. They treated our Messiah as a public joke, y'all. Because Rome didn't just destroy bodies, y'all. They destroyed dignity. Sound familiar, huh, America? Yeah, you know, public mockery. Yeah, public stripping, public lynching, public display. Same spirit, different century. I don't want to get mad. He was hung on a tree. I don't care what y'all say. Acts 5:30 says it right there. I don't care what y'all say. Yahusha who slew and hung on a tree. That's what it says in Acts 5:30. I don't care what y'all say. It wasn't a polished church ornament. It wasn't jewelry. It was a Roman execution beam made from timber. Period. I don't care how y'all try to dress it up. They didn't lift him high like a hero. They hung him like warning. They hung him like a warning to Israel. They hung him like a warning to the oppressed and to the conquered. That's what they did. The same way they hung our men from trees in this nation. This nation. Just to say, stay in your place. Dude, y'all gotta... Dude. When he finally took his last breath, don't y'all know that wasn't from pain? That was from suffocation. Yeah, I want y'all to hear this. Yeah, you're gonna hear this. A man hanging from a beam had to push up on pierced feet just to inhale? Can you imagine? Every breath was a fight. Every exhale scrapes torn flesh against the wood. He didn't just die. He was slowly forced to die. And he endured it all. And he was fully awake. Y'all, he wasn't numbed. He wasn't drugged. He wasn't even rescued. Everybody just sat there and watched. Sound familiar, brothers and sisters? So don't let anybody tell you it doesn't matter what he died on. That should piss y'all off. Don't let them tell you symbolism is enough. Shut up! Or, just wear the cross. It's the same thing. I smacked it. No! It's not the same thing. If they torture him on a tree, right? Don't sanitize it into a freaking charm. Y'all tweaking. If they mocked him publicly, don't turn our big brother into a mascot. This ain't an NBA game. Y'all took our Messiah, man. If they hung him like they hung our ancestors, don't wear the symbol of the oppressor. Yoo-hoos, and then y'all want to call it honor. Are y'all smoking? Mishpachah. Listen, man. This isn't just history. This is blood memory. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. It is, y'all. This is why Yahusha, this is why we don't play with his name. This is why we don't reduce him to religion. This is why we don't say it doesn't matter. You know why? Because it mattered enough for him to endure every lash, every insult, every nail, every breath that felt like drowning. And when he finished the work, he didn't ask for statues. He didn't ask for statues. He didn't ask for crosses. He didn't ask to be worshipped for the pain. He only asked for one thing, y'all. He asked for obedience. Sit with that. Not as a story, but as a reminder of what real love costs.